Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful people, how is it going? My name's Talon Fakalak, and we love to game. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about Balatro, how it works, how to play it, what certain things do, what are jokers, what are chips, all of it. It's all going to be covered in today's episode. So let's get started, and we are going to go in and hit play. We're going to do a new run on red deck. So going through the menu options, when you first get here, there is the choice of deck and the choice of stake. Now, red deck is the deck that you start with. If you're starting up this game for the first time, this is the deck you're going to be using. As you play and win, you're going to unlock new decks, like the blue deck or the yellow deck, each one with their own unique modifier. So if we look at the red deck, +1 discard. If we look at the blue deck, you get +1 hand. So this means when you're playing and you have all the cards in front of you, you're able to play not only 4 chances, but you get an additional, right? Certain cards will also help out with this. Yellow deck, you start with an extra $10. It is what it says. So we're going to start with the red deck because that's the deck everybody starts with. And then you can see right here, there is a stake difficulty. So if you beat the deck on a stake, which white stake is the first, so you will be seeing this screen in front of you. That means that you will unlock a new stake, and it'll give you modifiers. So you can see, for example, red stake. Small blinds give no money rewards. All other previous stakes apply. We'll get into that into a minute. But for now, we're going to start out white stake, red deck. I have slowed down the game speed so that way we can all kind of go through it together. Starting with the beginning of the game, when you choose to go in, you have selected your deck and you have selected your stake. You will be given a screen like this where there are blinds. Blinds are the enemy. You're going to have to take out 3 individual blinds, a small, a big, and a boss. Now, the small boss, you can see we need to score at least 300 points to beat. For the big blind, we're going to need 450 points to beat. And for the boss, we're going to need 600 to beat. The boss is special. There are different types of bosses. For this one, it says all club cards are debuffed. What that means is that you are not allowed to play a club on that boss. So we're going to try to craft our deck and play to prepare us for the boss. So that way when we get to it, we're prepared not only just in terms of what we need to do for strategy, but maybe we can build our hand a little bit. And that's going to involve jokers. So we're going to get into that. Let's select the small boss blind. So, just like in any game of poker, Texas Hold'em, the idea is you want to create the best combination of 5 cards that you can do. Now, over here in the blue is going to be our chips. That is the face value of a card. For example, you can see ace of spades counts for 11 chips. A queen counts for 10. A 7 counts for 7. 6 is 6. 5 is 5. They are the chip value. Now, when you play special hands, for example, you can see if I were to play a pair, I get a certain amount of points. The game recognizes that it is a pair, and it giving me 10 chips all ready to start. That is without adding any of the chips of the cards that I'm playing. And it'll also give you a multiplier because you are doing something special. These can all be adjusted to give you a higher score. You can see right now we currently have 4 hands to play and 4 discards. What I'm going to do is try to play a stronger hand. So you'll notice we have 4 diamonds, 3 spades, and a pocket pair. I am going to use one of my 4 discards to discard anything that's not a diamond. I want to try to get a flush in diamonds. So there they go. Let's hope for a diamond. We did not get a diamond. So let's try it again. Wow, no diamond again. Let's try it one more time. We have 2 more discards we can do. Okay, we got a diamond. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click all 5 diamonds, and that's going to set them up to be played. You can see a flush is worth 35 chips on its own and a ×4 multiplier. Very powerful. We have 4 hands to play. This is going to be the first of them, so let's give it a shot. Each card's going to get counted. So 10 chips for the queen, 8 chips for the diamond, 7 for the 7, 6 for the 6, and 5 for the 5. That gives us 71 chips times 4. That's going to be 284 points. We need 300 to beat this blind, so we're going to hope for more. Look at that. We got 2 aces and 3 jacks. That's a full house. That is huge. Let's play that one. $11 points for our ace, 10 points for our jacks. You can see we're on fire now, which means we're guaranteed to win. And that gave us 368 points. 1 hand more than we needed to beat the boss blind. And that's it. Once that round is over, you're going to get paid out. All your cards are going to go back into your deck. And your hands and discards are going to reset. So you're going to have more chances to play. So we can see we got $3 for winning. And we had 2 hands left to play. So we got an additional $2 out of it, for a total of $5. Now we cash out. We have $9. And this is when we get to the shop. Now this is the nuts and guts, so to say, of Balatro. When you play this game, you have the ability to pick up what are called joker cards. There are 150, could be more jokers in this game. Each joker does something unique, and it's important that you use jokers wisely. Craft the perfect deck. So let's take a look at some of these jokers right here. This one is called the half joker, and each joker looks slightly different. They kind of play in to the effect that they have. So if we look at half joker, it says plus 20 multiplier if hand played or played hand contains 3 or fewer cards. So if we played a flush, we would get a certain score. It's very large. But if we played a pair, because now it's 3 or fewer cards, we get plus 20 multiplier for that. That makes any 2 of a kind, high card, or 3 of a kind extremely powerful. And it is a very good card to get early on. It'll make our deck very strong. The other joker that we have available to us is the runner. The runner gains 15 chips if played hand contains a straight. So that means anytime we play a straight, this card is going to get stronger. So the first straight we play, we're going to get 15 chips. Then the next straight we play, it's going to be 30 chips because we're getting the original 15 chips plus the new 15 chips. And if we played straights all game, we could stack this card up to 300 chips per hand. It's a very strong card. So that has potential. I don't often play straights, and I find that you totally can. You can choose however you want to play this game. But to be safe and keep going, I think I want to grab the half joker. The half joker is going to give us points early on, and it's going to sustain us to be able to get more shops down the line. We will go and probably pick up the half joker. Next up, we have vouchers. Vouchers are special. This one in particular is called hieroglyph. Hieroglyph, however you want to say it. -1 ante, -1 hand each round. So what this is going to do is it's going to set us back 3 fights. So it's going to give us more time to become powerful. However, instead of being able to play 4 sets of cards to beat the bosses, we only get 3. So you have to make sure that you play this card at the right time and that your deck is already pretty strong, that you know you can win in 3 or less. I'm going to forgo that one, even though I don't even have the money to buy it. I don't think we're going to play that one just yet. Then we have deck packs. So we have a buffoon pack. It does what it says. Choose one of up to 2 joker cards. So when we rip open this pack, we are going to get 2 jokers presented to us. And we have an option to pick one or the other or neither. And then the Arcana pack. The Arcana pack, choose one of up to 3 tarot cards to be used immediately. Tarot cards are special cards. They could be gain 20 bucks, turn 3 cards into hearts, turn 3 cards into diamonds. You can craft your deck around tarot cards. They can make it stronger. The way to know this is if we click view deck. So if we click on our deck, we can see these are all the cards in our deck. We have a standard deck. There's nothing special about it. We have 1 of each suit, and we have all the cards in play. But if we use tarot cards, we could perhaps get rid of all the clubs in our deck and turn them all into hearts, thus short-suiting ourselves. Or we could make more aces, we could focus down to more kings. You can really do anything you want. The possibilities are endless. But we'll play tarot cards later on. For now, we're going to take our half joker in the first shop and move on. So here we go. We have a big blind. We need to get at least 450 points. So he is getting stronger. Or what we could do is skip the blind. Skipping blinds is not encouraged, but sometimes if there is something good and you feel like you want to do it, go for it. In this case, if I skip this blind, the next Joker that's in the shop is going to be holographic, which means it's going to just be better, right? So if I got the half Joker and it was holographic, that means it would get plus 10 multiplier on top of the plus 20 multiplier. More on that later, but for now, let's play the next fight. Okay, all right, so you can see we're pretty close to a straight, but we do have 3 hearts. We also have 2 jacks. Now, I'm going to play the 2 jacks, and I'll tell you why. Because the half Joker is going to give us plus 20 multiplier if we play a hand that contains 3 or less cards. Well, a pair is 2 cards. So if we play this, we're going to get the benefit of half Joker. Let's see what that looks like. So plus 10 for that card, plus 10 for that card, and boom, the Joker procs because there were less than 3 cards. So we ended up beating that hand or beating that blind in one hand. That is the power of half Joker. Very strong card. So now we're gonna get the $4 we were originally gonna get as a reward for beating the boss, and we're gonna get an additional $3 for beating it in one hand because we had 3 hands left to go. Now that we are over and at 11, whoa, wowie wow. Okay, so do you see what just happened there? Something magical just happened. A card got buffed, and it was Blue Joker, which is pretty wild of all things. So let's read what Blue Joker does. Plus 2 chips for each remaining card in your deck. Currently, it's 104 chips. That's because we have 52 cards in our deck. It also has a polychrome to it, which is a modifier that'll take whatever your multiplier is and multiply it by 1.5. So if we played 2 cards, for example, we'd get plus 20 multiplier to that hand, and it would times by 1.5. Pretty powerful. It is expensive though. We have $11. It's gonna take almost all our money. Now, in most situations, you want to save up some of your money because you get interest on your money. Anything $5 and up, you get $1 back for every $5 you have. So if we had $25 and we won a match, that's an additional $5. And a lot of people like to play with the strategy of get as much money in your pocket as you can, $25 to start. And then that way you're accruing maximum interest every single game you play. This is a really strong strategy. However, in my case, this card is extremely powerful for me, especially because I'm playing pairs. So we're going to say, I like Blue Joker. I'm going to buy it. We only have $1 left, which means we can't open any other things. We can't buy any new Jokers. We cannot buy any vouchers. We cannot buy any packs. So we are going to just move on. Let's go up against the boss blind. We need to beat 600. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, so right here, just taking a look at it out of the gate, you can see the ace, the 8, and the 5 are debuffed. That is the boss's blind. That's what makes him special. It's his ability. All cards that are clubs are debuffed. So I'm going to click on the clubs and get rid of them. We're going to discard them. And I'm going to look for a pair. And look at that. We have a pair of kings. Fantastic. We also have a flush. So if I played the flush, that would be 35 times 4. Now I'm going to tell you why I don't want to do that. Because I have the half Joker. So if we played the flush, we wouldn't be able to get the benefits of half Joker. It would just do nothing, which is unfortunate. However, because we have 2 kings, that's a pair. That is a pocket pair. We will get the benefit of half Joker, and because we still have 41 cards left in our deck, which is minus the cards we discarded, we're going to get plus 82 chips. So not only are we going to get all kinds of multipliers, but we're going to get chips. It's going to be a good time. Let's see how it plays out. So we're going to get 10 points each for each king. Then we're going to get money from the Jokers. And then we're going to get chips from that Joker and a 1.5 times multiplier. That's going to give us 3,700 points. We have more than destroyed this boss. I hope you're seeing how the Jokers can synergize and do some pretty special stuff, so long as we pick them in the right order. So we get $5 for beating the boss, and then we're going to get an additional $3 because we won in one hand, leaving 3 hands left to be played. That's $8. We're going to take our winnings and move on. Here's our first tarot card. So a tarot card, this one is called Judgment. There's all different kinds. They can do different things. This one costs $3 and it creates a random Joker card, but you must have room. We are currently allowed to have 5 Jokers. You can get lucky and get something called a polychrome, which will give you more Jokers, but we'll get to that later. The other card that we have is Gluttonous Joker. For $5, we could get +3 multiplier for every played club. That is good, but I don't think it's going to be it for us. We could pay $4 and get a buffoon pack and potentially choose a Joker, one of 2. But this, the way I look at this is you get 1 Joker for $4 or you get 1 Joker for $3. We don't know what this Joker is going to be, but we have 3 open Joker slots, so anything's good. The other thing we could do is potentially buy a Celestial pack. A Celestial pack is the last type of pack. So there are Jokers, Planets, and Tarot. Those are the 3. This Planet card has the possibility to buff a hand, right? So say we play a pair. A pair is going to give us 10 times 2. That's what it does. If we get a Celestial pack and it has a Planet card in there that says buffs pairs, that means we might get 20 times 3 on our pair. Flat, just flat. So it makes the power of your hands pack a little bit more punch. And if you're ever curious to see what that looks like, you can hit run info down here in the bottom left. I'm going to do that again. See this down here? Run info right next to the hands. You can see the level of each hand, and then it'll show you what the multipliers are for playing those hands. Very convenient to have this here. So we're going to go ahead and take Judgment, and I'm going to buy it and use it. Hopefully we get something good. We got flushes. So at plus 80 chips if we get a flush. Not really good. We already have half Joker, so we're not trying to play 5 cards. That's a little unfortunate. It did cost us $3 for that Joker, so we can sell it back for 2 if we don't like it. All you have to do is click on the Joker in the top and hit sell, and we're going to coop some of our money back. I am going to hold on to my cash and go on to the next fight so we can get some more money. I don't like what I see in the shop. Next boss is a small boss for 800. We already know we can get 3,600, so let's play it. We're on the ante 2, which means now things are getting a little bit stronger. And we don't have any pairs just yet. I like face cards, so what I'm going to do is select 5 cards and discard them and hope for a pair. There we go. We got queens. Let's play the queens. 10 points from one, 10 points to the other. Multiplier from our Joker. 78 chips, and then times 1.5 multiplier. Very nice. That's 3,500 points. That's going to more than beat that blind for us. We're going to save up our cash here, and now because we have over $5, we're going to get $3 for winning. We're going to get $3 for winning with 3 hands remaining, and then we're going to get $1 in interest. Very nice. Now we have $15. This is a pretty solid chips card. This is called Banner. So Banner gives us plus 30 chips for each remaining discard. If we are able to play on the first hand, that is 30 times 4 discards, right? 4 discards left, 30 for each discard. That's 120 chips flat. Boom, just like that. Great card. On the other hand, we also have a Joker right here, Mime. Retrigger all cards held in hands abilities. Now, this is kind of trickier because you need to use tarot cards in order to get special things on your cards. We don't have any right now, so I'm going to forgo using that. The chips is nice. We already have a chips, but it is a polychrome. So I think what I'm going to do is buy the banner, and the jokers trigger left to right. So I'm going to put chips, as a rule of thumb, I like to do chips cards on the left, plus multiplier cards in the middle, and I like to have 3 of them. And then I like to do times multiplier on the back end. That way you're getting the most bang for your buck. Now this one is a chips joker. However, because it is polychrome, I'm going to leave it on the end. I want it to do the most amount of work at the end. And we're going to save our 10 bucks here. And we are going to play the next round. I want to keep getting interest. So you can see right here, 1,200 points. Let's go into it. Look at that. We have 2 pairs. We got a pair of 7s and a pair of 3s. Let's go ahead and play the pair of 7s. So we're going to get 7 points for each card. We're going to get plus 120 chips, 30 for each discard, 20 multiplier on the half joker because we played less than 3 cards, 88 chips because we have 44 cards left in the deck, and times 1.5 as polychrome. All of these things are starting to add up, and eventually it can seem overwhelming because you're like, I don't know, all these jokers have all these abilities, they're doing crazy things, but it will add up, and you will start seeing how, like, oh, this is probably good. This will work. So we got $2 in interest now because we have 10 bucks, and you get $1 per 5. And we got 3 hands remaining, so that's 5 plus the 4 for beating the boss. That's $9 in one hand. We will take our money gladly and move on. Wow, plus 50 chips for playing pairs, which we like to do, and it's a foil, so it automatically just gives us another 50 chips. That's a lot of chips, guys. This is all chips, and it's not advisable to do this. I think it's a bad idea to have all chips cards, but because it's so early on, and this is a nice chip card, and we like to play pairs, this card in tandem with half joker is fantastic. And on the off chance that we have to discard in order to be able to get chips, or pairs, I should say, it would be wise to have this card over banner. So what I think I'm going to do, because we have 2 open slots, is I'm going to pick this one up, and I'm going to potentially get rid of banner for a plus multiplier card if we can find it. I think that's the way to play. Alright, let's go to the next round. So this is a new boss. It's called the Hook. His ability is discard 2 random cards per hand played. So let's see what that means. So if I want to play a card, which look at, we have a flush right here, right? That's awesome. We could probably win with playing a flush, but it's not our most powerful hand. Now here's why I'm going to say we should do this anyways, because if I discard, anytime I play a hand, I'm going to remove 2 cards from my hand. That's what the Hook does. But if I discard, it makes the blue joker just a little bit weaker. So I'm going to play the flush, even though it's not the most powerful hand we have, because I think I can win in one. Let's see what happens. Boom, 2 cards are pulled out because of the Hook. They're thrown away. You'll never get to see them again for this fight. They will come back in your deck after you have beaten the boss. So we're going to get a whole bunch of chips here, plus 120 chips from the Joker because no discards. 50 for the foil, but not 50 for the pair. And little half Joker didn't proc, but blue Joker did, and that was enough to win. So it worked out. We won in the fewest hands possible. We're going to get our money. We're going to get money for the 3 hands we have remaining. And we're going to get $2 in interest because we have $10. So that's going to give us $10. Now we're at $24. That is almost maximum interest. This is where things get a little interesting here. So we have 2 jokers available to us. We also have a voucher called Hone. Anytime you're in the shop, foils, holographics, and polychromes. So this is a foil. Foil and any card just gives you plus 50 chips. Polychrome gives you times 1.5 multiplier. And holograph gives you plus 10 multiplier. We don't have one of those yet, but that's what it does. So those are twice as likely to appear in the shop. This is an awesome card, but it might be a little too early for us to do it. It will remain for a couple hands, so we'll probably pick it up here once we get maximum interest, which is $25. But because we're at $24, the extra $4 that we have isn't going to hurt us to spend because we're not getting anything for it. So what I'm going to do is look to the packs. So we have a Celestial pack, which could buff our pairs, or we have an Arcana pack, which could show us some tarot cards. Tarot cards do interesting things. I personally like tarot cards over planet cards. Just depends on what kind of hand you're playing, but in my mind, I think the tarot cards are better than planet cards. So I would suggest opening with the $4 in Arcana pack. Let's see what it gives us. Boom. Okay, so we got a couple different things here. So it's going to show us all these cards in front of us. These are the cards that are randomly selected to be improved. Now we have 3 different things. So we have a Devil card. The Devil card enhances one chosen card, one selected card, into a gold card. And what does a gold card do? Well, it says over here on the left, a gold card will give you $3 if that card is still held in your hand at the end of the round. So if you see that gold card, don't play it. Hold on to it. It'll give you $3 if you don't use it. The next card is the Star, which converts 3 cards into diamonds. So if I selected the 9 of spades, the 8 of spades, and the 8 of clubs, that would turn all those into diamonds. You would never have a 9 of spades or an 8 of spades in your hand again. Anymore, I should say. And then there is the World card, which converts 3 cards into spades. Now this is really neat because we could convert our hand to have more spades. So if I played the Queen, the 8, and the 5, that would make them all spades, and we'd have 2 Queen of Spades, 2 8 of Spades, and a 5 of Spades. Now, I'm not trying for suits. I think we have decided that we're not doing flushes, we're doing pairs. That's the way that I've chosen my Joker so far. Chips if hand contains a pair, and chips and bonus multiplier, if you play anything with 3 or less. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a card that I might not necessarily play, or just something powerful. It's your choice. You can either go the lowest or the highest. I'm going to do something high, and I'm going to choose the Devil card. I'm going to make that king have a golden stamp on it. You'll see right there. Look at that. He is gold now. And if I hold on to that, I'm going to get some bonus money. And money is the way to get stronger. Okay, so we have a new blind. We're on ante 3, so now all the number values are getting larger. And you can see right here the big wall. So the wall says right here you need at least 8,000 to win, which is an extra large blind. So he's about 150% stronger than he should be because of that boss special ability. Normally it goes 2,000, 3,000, I believe 6,000 or something like that. So he's a little bit stronger, 25% stronger. If we choose to skip this blind, the next base edition Joker in the shop is going to have a plus 10 multiplier to it. I'm not about skipping. If you skip, you miss out on the money from that round. You also miss out on a shop. You don't get to see the shop. You actually have to fight the next boss to get a shop. I think it's really important to hold on, play every game you can, unless the skip is a polychrome. We don't have that, so let's play. You'll understand what that means here in a second. So here we go. Look at this. We have our king. That is awesome. We also have 2 pairs. So let's play the pair of 6. We're going to hold on to this king and try not to play him, because if we don't, we're going to get an extra $3. So here's our 6. Here's our 6. 120 chips because of the discards. We played a pair, so we get 50. It's foil, so we get 50. We played less than 3 cards, so we get a plus 20 multiplier. We have 44 cards left in our deck, so we get plus 88 chips, and then a times 1.5 multiplier for the polychrome. Boy, that was a mouthful. And we get $3 because of our king. All of these things are very powerful. They're all working for us right now. We're doing very good. So we're going to get $3 for beating that boss. We're going to get $3 for having 3 hands left. And we're also going to get $4 because we have over $20. So that's our interest. So now we're making $10 on a cash out. Huge. Now, this is where things get fun. Okay, so we have $33. Anything over 25 is good. We're making maximum interest. So what I like to say now is, hey, we have $8 free to spend any way we want in the shop. And that's because we set ourselves up very well. So we can either choose to spend some of this money, we could hold on to it and wait for something better, or we could buy some stuff. I think that we could potentially buy both of these packs here and do something kind of special. But I also like the idea that we have the possibility of getting more special cards in the shop. Now, this will drop us below maximum interest, but this is a fantastic voucher. We are going to pick it up. So I'm going to hit redeem, spend the 10 bucks. We get Hone. And that voucher is going to stay with us for the rest of the entire run. And let's play the next round. So we got a big blind, 3,000. I think we can beat it. If we play a really good pair, I think we can beat it. Look at that. We got a pair of sixes. Let's play them. Remember, pairs are the name of the game. We have pairs. 120 for that. 50 for that. Another 50 because it's a foil. 20 multiplier because it's less than 3 cards. 44 cards left in the deck. And a times 1.35 multiplier, giving us 10,000. So we know for a fact that we can score about 11,000 points just playing a pair of just nothing, right? This is just 2 basic sixes. There's nothing fancy about them. Let's take our money there. Excellent. All right, so we got 11 bucks. That puts us at $34. Okay, so we have some more jokers. This is Odd Todd. I'm not a fan of Odd Todd. We're gonna hold off on this because we don't really need any more chips jokers. We're looking for multiplier jokers, really. But what we can do is get a tarot card for $3. This is gonna increase the rank of 2 cards by 1. So if we had a 4 and we played this card, it would turn into a 5. We also have 2 planet packs down here. We haven't yet opened a planet pack, but they're there and we have bonus money. Let's try it. So we're hoping for something that's going to buff our pairs. And we didn't get it. Unfortunately not. However, what we do have is Uranus. Level up 2 of a pair. It's going to give it +1 multiplier and +20 chips. Full House, +2 multiplier, +25 chips. Or Flush, +2 multiplier, +15 chips. Now, full houses and 2 pair are kind of tough to find, you know? But flushes can happen. They do happen quite a bit. None of these benefit our single pair, and none of them benefit really the 3 or fewer, which we're playing simply because of the fact we have half joker. But we might abandon that strategy. We might go for flushes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the flush card, because I think it's a good card. And you're going to see, instead of a 35 by 4, it is now a 50 by 6. So if we just play it by default, it's going to be stronger. And let's do another planet card. See if we get anything we like. Here we go. We got Mercury. You can see Neptune, if we get a straight flush, it gets really strong. Mercury is pairs. So our pairs by default are going to be stronger. Let's grab Mercury. That's what we were looking for. So now if we play 2 cards, instead of getting 10 times 2, we're going to get 25 times 3. Just flat. Very strong. And we have over $25, so we're just going to go straight into the next round, keep our interest. Let's verse the wall. We need to get 8,000 points. Luckily, we know we can get about 11,000 with a pair. Ooh, look at this. So you can see we have a pair right here. Let's do it. We could play the 3 of a kind, but it's 30 times 3 or 25 times 3, and I like to keep as many cards in my hand as I can. So let's play it. Plus 11 for each ace. Plus 120 for our discards. 50 because we played a pair. Another 50 because it's foil. Plus 20 because it's less than 3 cards. 88 because there's 44 left in the deck. 1.5 times multiplier because it's polychrome. 12,240 points. Fantastic. Fantastic. We're going to get a lot of money for this one, actually. We get $5 because we beat the boss. We're also going to get $3 because we had 3 hands left to beat the boss. And we're going to get an additional $5 because we have $25 in our bank account already in interest. So $13 for that win. That means we have $13 to spend anywhere we want in the shop. Look at this. Celestial packs always contain a card for your most played hand. That is awesome. I'll read that back to you. Celestial packs always contain the planet card for the most played hand. This is going to just give us a ton of Plutos, which is going to buff pairs. And it makes me think that we want to just continue to play pairs. I think I want to pick this card up. I like the idea that we're playing pairs and we're playing into pairs. Let's grab it. Let's see what happens. There's no right or wrong answer here. You're just trying to do the best you can. All right. And then we have an additional $4. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at some of the cards that we have here. We could do a standard pack, but I'm just going to hold on to my money. I don't think there's anything else in there that I want. So now the small blind, we need 5,000 to win. Let's give it a go. Let's hop in. Okay. All right. So we have a pair of 7s here, and we can also hold on to our king and get some additional money. So that's going to be fantastic for us. Now, the most played hand in our deck. How do we know what that is? Well, we've been playing a lot of pairs, so we know it's probably going to be a pair. However, if we go to run info, which I'll show you as soon as it tallies up our score here. Get our $3 for the king of spades that we didn't play. Perfect. And then this is going to give us our money. So while that's being paid out, I'm going to show you. You can see right here, these are the number of hands you played. So we played 1 full house, 2 flushes, and 8 pairs. Pairs are the most played hand we have. That means most of the time. Well, I shouldn't say most of the time. It means every single time we open up a planet pack, it's going to be something to modify the pair, which is awesome. Let's go pair heavy. Let's do an all pair deck. Okay. Played phase cards give a +5 multiplier. We're looking for +5 or plus multipliers, but I don't know if that's the one we want. We also have an Arcana pack here. I'm going to re-roll the shop. So for $5, I can change what I'm looking at. Boom. Look at that. We got a Polychrome Fortune Teller. Insane. This is going to cost 11 bucks. What it does is we gain a +1 multiplier for every tarot card we use, and it's currently at 2 because we played 2 tarot cards. Let's grab it. That is a huge pickup, and I'll show you why. Also, we are going to grab another tarot card because we want to make this guy as strong as possible. Now, we will lose our maximum interest, but that's okay. We are going to try to make Fortune Teller as strong as we possibly can. So we got a couple of things here. We have the ability of the Fool, which will create a last tarot card or planet card played, which in our case was a planet card, so it says it's going to give us a free Mercury. That's cool. Chariot is really neat. It'll enhance 1 card to a steel card, so that card, when scored, will give us a 1.5 times multiplier. While it's staying in your hand, actually, I should say that. If the card is in your hand, kind of like the gold one, it'll give you a 1.5 times multiplier. Hanged Man destroys 2 selected cards. So if I just pick them, it'll delete them from our deck and we'll never see them again. We don't want to do that because we have the Blue Joker. The Blue Joker is going to give us +2 chips for each card remaining in the deck. So if we lose cards in the deck, we lose the value of Blue Joker. I don't want to do that either. The next card is the Magician, so it enhances 2 cards to become selected lucky cards. Lucky cards have a 1 in 5 chance to give you a multiplier. They also have a 1 in 15 chance to just give you $20. That's insane. Could you imagine if that hit? Just immediately $20, boom, like that. Awesome. And then right here, creates 2 random planet cards. I think what I want to do is the Magician, and I'm going to do it on some cards here. So let's just pick. I'm going to do the pair of 7s. We're going to throw the Magician on there. So because we used it, now these cards are super powerful. And the Fortune Teller is going to gain +1 to his multiplier. That will always grow. It resets every game. So here we go. Next one. Next shop has a free rare joker. We don't need that. We have some pretty solid jokers right now. I'm actually very surprised we got these two. This is a solid round going on here. I think there's still more we can benefit from. I think we need another plus multiplier joker. Let's go ahead and play our pair and see what happens here. So we're going to play a pair, which is going to give us plus 50 chips for the pair and then plus 50 for the foil. We also are going to get plus 120 chips for banner because we haven't discarded anything. Less than 3 cards, so we're going to get plus 20. 3 multiplier because of the fortune teller. Times 1.5 because of the polychrome. Plus 88 for the chips because we have that many remaining cards. And another plus or times 1.5 multiplier because of polychrome. The reason we are getting these is because we went and we were smart. And if you go to vouchers, we picked up Hone. You can see your vouchers in the run info. So you can see what blind you're going against, you can see how many poker hands you played and what they're worth, and you can see what vouchers you picked up on your run. So we're going to get $4 for the win. We're going to get $3 because we had 3 hands left, and $4 because we had $20. Okay, so the green joker. This is another really strong joker. So if we don't discard, and we just play a hand, it's going to gain a multiplier. That is awesome. In tandem with remaining discards, you can see we're going to get plus 120 for each hand we play. So the idea here is that we never discard. We only play pairs and we keep stacking our multipliers. Very, very powerful, very doable. So this one is going to give us 120 if we have 4 discards left. This one's just going to always give us 100 every single hand. This is a really tricky toss-up. One of these has to go, and I'm not exactly sure which one is going to be better. Both of these are playing into discard a little bit, so I think that's a really strong combination. On the off chance that we do have to discard, though, it would be less valuable than this card all the time. See what I'm saying? So like if we had 3 discards, that's 90 chips. We play a pair, that's 100 chips. So I'm gonna get rid of banner, and I'm gonna pick up the green joker, and this is gonna be our 3+ multiplier cards, and they're scaling, so they go forever, right? So every time we play a hand, this guy gets 1 stronger. Every time we play a tarot card, this one gets 1 stronger. So we're gonna buy a tarot card, which is the Chariot, because we're just going to want to buff the Fortune Teller to be as strong as possible. And then we're going to play a Celestial Pack because we have extra money. And because we have picked up the voucher, if you remember, Telescope, Celestial Packs always contain the planet card for your most played poker hand. We are going to have a free Mercury in here, which I am going to grab. So now that we played the Mercury, we're going to now have pair at level 3. So just playing 2 cards is going to give us 40 times 4 points. It's awesome. It's awesome. And let's go into the next round. So we have all spade cards are debuffed. All right, so we can't play spades. And if we have to play a spade, it just won't count for any points. And that's what we have right here. So if you take a look at this, we have a 5, which is a spade. So it's not going to give us any value for that. But we have 2 of them, so we're still going to get the value for the pair. And I think that's the way to go. The next thing we have is a Chariot card, which is going to make our hand stronger. And I'm going to throw it on the king. I like kings. Using this is going to turn it into a steel card. So when we play a hand, if that card is still in our hand, it is going to times whatever we played by 1.5. So let's see what happens if we play the pair, even though it's a spade. So no points for that 5. But we get a pair, the steel card procs, we get the 50 plus 50, we're going to get a plus 20 multiplier, a plus 1 multiplier, a plus 4 multiplier, times 1.5, 88 more chips, and another times 1.5. So that put us at 16,000. Pretty strong. Now it's really important that we do everything in our power to make sure that we keep adding to these plus multipliers. They are going to keep us alive. I always say, like I said, 1 chips joker, 3+ multiplier jokers, which we have, the half joker, the green joker, and the fortune teller, and then 1 multiplying joker, which is this one. And it just so happens that we're lucky that these multiplying jokers are because of polychrome. So we have a really strong hand here. I almost don't want to change it. Ooh, okay. All right, so we have hieroglyph now, right? Hieroglyph came back to us. It was in the beginning, and now it's here again. And what this is going to allow us to do is go back 3 fights. Now, we're going to lose a hand, but we have the possibility of getting more time to play. And more time to play means more time to buff our jokers. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to take it. You're going to see we lose 10 bucks, we lose an ante, and we lose a hand. So now we only have 3 plays to beat a boss. However, we have 3 more shops. So let's see it. Play the small blind, where we're going to try everything in our power to avoid discards. Look at that, another pair of 5, so we'll play that. Very strong. Because we didn't discard, Green Joker's going to get 1 multiplier stronger forever. Look at that. 16,000. Not bad. Not bad. If we keep making these jokers stronger, it'll get insane. We're going to be probably more strong than we need. Now that you guys are seeing the way the game is playing out, I'm going to go into options settings and I'm going to buff the game speed up to 1. So that way we're not waiting so long for the menus. Okay. So we have 2 jokers here. The juggler, plus 1 hand size. So that means instead of having 8 cards in front of us, we'll have 9 cards to choose from. Good card, not going to work for us because we already have some synergy going on here. The next one is each queen held in hand gives plus 13 multiplier. Now, I don't think that's going to work out for us either. I really like the jokers we have. So what I'm going to do is play an Arcana pack for a tarot card just because we need to spend some money. We got more than we need. But it's also going to buff the Fortune Teller. Any tarot card we play is going to make the Fortune Teller just a little bit stronger. So that's what we're going to do. And we have a Death card, which is super neat. So we can turn 1 card into another card. We have a Tower card, which just turns a card into a Stone card. It just gives us chips. It doesn't actually count as a suit. And we have the Judgment card, which creates a random joker if we have room. We don't. So the immediate response is no Judgment, no Tower card. I don't want it. But we do have a Death card. And I'm liking the fact that we can play pairs. And we also have this card, which is really powerful. So what I'm going to do is avoid getting rid of a pair. I'm going to play it like this. And it says right here, convert the left card into the right card. So I'm going to play Death here and turn this 7 into a special 7. We're not worried about suits. And then we're going to hit a reroll because we have more than 25 bucks. So it's just good to see it. We get another tarot card, which is going to turn things into spades. Now, I could care less if they're diamonds, spades, clubs, you name it, whatever. Doesn't matter. But it is a tarot card nonetheless, so I'm going to grab it because we want to keep buffing the Fortune Teller. Awesome. So we got a couple cards here. You can see we got the hearts, some diamonds. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, we got it. We actually have a 4, 5. Oh, no. No straights. We don't want to discard either. So this is a tricky spot to be in because I don't like anything that I have. As far as the world card goes, though, we could short suit ourselves and turn hearts into spades. So let's do that. We're just going to play it. So now those cards are permanently spades. So if you look at our deck, you can see we don't have very many hearts left. We have a bunch of spades, though. That's kind of cool. It's called deck crafting. Because I don't have a pair and I don't want to discard, because I want to keep getting Green Joker as strong as possible, I'm going to play a single card. Hopefully this is enough pointage to win. And it is. So we got lucky. Got lucky. $4 for beating that. $2 for the remaining hands left and $4 in interest. That's going to put us back on top. Blueprint. Okay. All right. So Blueprint will copy the ability of the Joker to the right of it. Now, it would be pretty wild if we had Blueprint in exchange for Green Joker. And I'll tell you why. Because can we get Green Joker to 20 fast enough? How many hands are probably left to play? It'd be about 20, right? If we did the Blueprint, it would sell the Green Joker and we could put it to the left of half Joker. So that means we're just getting a flat plus 20 multiplier all the time. Pretty snazzy. We could also sell our pair chips and we could have it copy and fire off the polychrome of Blue Joker. Now this is where things get a little tricky because I'm not exactly sure if Blueprint copies polychrome. I think it only copies the ability. So as a result of that though, if we play tarot cards, Blueprint is just going to be stronger. This is where you have to make really tricky decisions, guys. I think we get rid of the discard. It could be really powerful though. I'm going to get rid of Green Joker. Oh man, I love Green Joker though. This is a really tough call. We're going to get rid of Green Joker so that way discards don't hurt us. And I'm going to grab Blueprint. And I'm going to grab this Jumbo Arcana pack so that way we can buff Fortune Teller to be just a little bit stronger. I'm losing out on maximum interest for doing this, but I think it'll work out better for us in the long run. So now you can see we have another lucky card in our deck. There's another death card, so we could clone it. Or we get the moon, which turns things into clubs, so we shorter suit ourselves. We get a lover's card, so it turns any card into a wild card, which means a wild card is any suit. We, again, short suit ourselves. A stone card, which is a faceless, rankless card, just gives us 50 chips. Or a strength card. Now, I'm under the impression that I like death cards. I really do. I like converting them, and I'm going to convert a weaker card into a stronger card that is already a club. There we go. So now we get +7 on Fortune Teller. And if you look, we have 4 lucky cards in our deck. We have cloned enough cards to where we have a lot of luck. Hopefully we get one of those cards to hit and we get an additional 20 bucks. Moving on to the boss fight, it says all face cards are debuffed, so they are going to count for nothing. Now let's just play our pocket 2s and see what happens. John Candy. Pair of 2s, bet the pot. We're getting the benefits of our pair, playing under, +7 multiplier, +7 multiplier times 5. So did you see that Blueprint did not do the polychrome? Good to know. So until Fortune Teller is at +20, it is ill-advised to use Blueprint on the Fortune Teller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag the Blueprint over here so that it gives us +20 multiplier from the half Joker. That's going to make our hands hit just a little bit more powerful. Alrighty, we got something really special here, folks. +1 hand size for the paintbrush. That's really cool. That allows us to have 9 cards in our hand instead of 8, meaning that we have a better chance of finding a pair. However, pairs are very small to make, so it's pretty easy for us to do it. I think I'm going to avoid the paintbrush and spend my money on an Arcana pack to level up our multiplier. Remember, all of this is strategy. Everybody has their own strategy. You can do your own thing. I'm just going to do my thing, right? So look at this. We're going to be able to pick up an Emperor card, and if we use it, it's going to create 2 more tarot cards. That means we're going to get 3 tarot cards out of this one card. That's +3 multiplier to the Fortune Teller. Let's do it. Okay, we got an Empress and a Temperance. Temperance is awesome. It just gives you money. It says gives the total sell value of all Jokers, max of $50, and our current is 19. So I'm going to use it. That's just going to give us 19 bucks. That's awesome. And then an Empress card. So enhances 2 selected cards to become plus multiplier cards. Also awesome. Let's hit a... well, we have $42. Because we have $42, nothing hurts us. So let's just grab the paintbrush. Who knows? Having 1 extra card might be a good thing. Could help us out. And we're going to hit a reroll. And there we go. We got another tarot card. Let's grab it. There's also another Joker here called Hanging Chad. Retrigger the first played card in scoring 2 additional times. Now that could be cool if you're spiking up one card to be extremely powerful and you want that card to just keep registering. But in this case, we haven't built a hand around that. We built our hand around pairs. So let's go on to the next round and see what we can do. Small blind here. I'm going to use my tarot cards. So look at this. We have a pair of kings and a pair of jacks. Let's do any card into a wild card. Pause for a second. All right, we are back. So, Empress card. Let's take a look. The Empress card is going to enhance 2 selected cards to become multiplier special cards. So we're going to play the Empress on the kings, because they are our strongest, and we'll make them even stronger. So now they got this really gnarly zigzag pattern across them. You can see right there, plus 10 chips, plus 4 multiplier. And then we have a Lover's card, which converts any card into a random wild card. Now, we're not really worried about suits here, so I'm just going to play it on something small, so that way we get the addition to Fortune Teller, which is already up to plus 11. You can see how fast these things scale. Now we're going to play our kings, and watch what happens. So we get the plus 4 multiplier for each one. Then we get chips because it's a pair and a foil, plus 20 multiplier, plus 20 multiplier, plus 11 times 1.5, plus 86 times 1.35,000 in one hand just playing a pair. That is so awesome. Things are starting to work out for us. We need to keep the ball rolling. High Priestess, create 2 random planet cards. That's a tarot card. Let's do it. So we got a pair, which is awesome. We'll use it. We're only playing pairs, so we have a Neptune card here. We can click on it and sell it. We're not going to use it. We also have another Arcana pack, so let's open it up. Get more. We have the Hierophant, the Hanged Man, and a Justice card. Now, Justice turns a card into a glass card, but it has a chance to break, 1 in 4. I don't like it. Hanged Man, destroy 2 cards, we don't want it. Hierophant is just a flat buff. So you can see right here. Enhances 2 cards to give plus 30 chips. Now I'm going to do that on some lower cards, so that way if we're like desperate to play and we have low cards, boom, just like that. So now instead of being worth 5, they're worth 35. And Fortune Teller gets 1 stronger. We will move on to the next fight. All right, we got a pair of pocket aces here. Let's play them. Plus 11, plus 11. You can see, I don't need to commentate all this, but you can see just how powerful all of this is working out for us in unison. Very good. 35,000 that time. Super strong. Our hands get a little bit stronger every day. And we're going to keep using those tarot cards to make every card special. We got a death card, so I'm going to take that. And then we have a card right here, Stencil Joker, times 1 multiplier for each empty Joker slot. I don't like this card at all because it kind of tells you you shouldn't have all your Joker slots filled. And we've got good Jokers anyway, so let's forget about it. Let's open an Arcana pack, see if we can't get something special. We got a Fool card, which is super cool. We also have a Death card. So check this out. If I play the Death card on this 7, I'm going to convert it. I am also going to get plus 1 on that, and then because I have the Fool card, I can play a Death card as well. So I'm going to select these 2 and convert that one into another 7. We're going to have a whole bunch of 7s here. Oh, it gives us a Death card. We can use it later. I'm going to hit 1 reroll. Didn't get anything we liked, so we're going to move on. Cards played in the previous ante are debuffed, so we need to be very careful. Any cards that we played in a previous hand, we can't use. Bummer. Doesn't matter much to us. Let's play the pair of 10s. I'm holding on to this Death card because it'd be really good if I was able to power up a card that, you know, is something more powerful, right? I want to take the most powerful card I have, and I want to make it stronger by having more of them. Fortune Teller's up to plus 15. Pretty soon here, it's going to outpace the half Joker. Voucher. Reroll the boss 1 time for $10. So if we get a boss blind that's really bad, we have an out card. I kind of like this card. Let's get it. The voucher. So now any point in time when we see one, if it says something like you can't play pairs, or you can only play unique setups, we can avoid it. We can re-roll it into something maybe a little bit more manageable. So you can see right here, we get a free Mega Celestial pack if we skip the shop. I don't want to skip any shops. I want to see more boss fights. Okay, we got a pair of 5s. We also have a pair of 7s. I like that. We also have a 2 here. And I'm just trying to create as many 7s as I can. So I'm going to play the death card on this one and convert that 2 into a 7. And have the most amount of possibilities here to be able to get a lucky hit chance. And I'm actually going to do the 3 of a kind. No, I'm not. I would, because it gives us the chance of getting a ton of money. Yeah, why not? Let's see what happens. It still helps us with half Joker, so we're fine. We only got the plus 20 multiplier. That's a little sad. I was hoping for some money, but that's okay. We'll still be alright. 42,000 on that hand. Not too shabby, but not enough. Not yet. We need to at least get 100,000 to win. Before that, final boss fight. So we want to try to get to 100,000 as fast as possible. Alright, we have a couple of planet packs, and I have some extra money here. So I'm going to open them up. And I'm going to buff up our, what is it, Pluto? No, Mercury. We want to get our pairs as strong as possible. If we have additional money, why not? Every pack we open now, because we got Telescope, is going to have a Mercury in it, which is fantastic. So we're going to just keep driving that to the sky. Oh, we get 2. We might as well do 3 of a kind as well. 3 of a kind is a strong setup, and it still plays nice with the current setup that we have. Let's go to the next round, keep our money. We're going to go ahead and fight this boss blind for 30. We got a pair of 7s, and we get our king, so we're going to hold on to that money in the back pocket. And because the 7s are lucky cards, we have a chance at getting $20. So let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. Yes! Oh my gosh, they both hit. Wow, we just got a whole bunch of money for that. That is incredible. 53,000, an additional $3, tons of money, which is going to give us interest. Oh, things are going well here. Things are going very well. Awesome. Look at all that money. 58 bucks. All right. Plus $2 per discard if no discards are used. So we could get $8 per hand. We don't want to do that. We're not in a money deficit. There's no reason. In the family, ×4 multiplier if the hand played contains a 4 of a kind. We don't want that either. There are some jumbo packs down here that we could get some really cool kind of neat cards. Though I'm looking for tarot cards. Let's re-roll. You can see base cards give plus 30 chips, or abstract Joker gives you plus 3 multiplier for each Joker. We already have things that are more powerful than that. I don't like them. I'm not going to do them. Let's take a look in here and see if we can't get any really cool cards. Look at that. We have a steel. Plays a... Oh my gosh, this is an insane card. Let's read this. So it's a king, and it's steel, so it's going to give us 1.5 times multiplier while it stays in our hand. And if we discard it, it's going to give us a tarot card. And if we play it, it gives us plus 10 multiplier. This thing is just crazy. We're going to take that. We're going to open up another pack here, too. Look at that. There's a foil king. We'll take that. Just special cards we add to our deck gives us all kinds of really neat things to make pairs with, you know? Anything to make us stronger. I'm going to hit one more reroll looking for a tarot card, and if we don't get it, we're going to move on. We did not. We actually got Zany Joker, plus 12 multiplier if the hand contains 3 of a kind, and plus 100 chips if it contains 3 of a kind. Not in my best interest. We're going to skip it. Cards drawn face down after each hand is played. Okay, so we need to watch out for that. We want to try to win as early as possible, so that way we're not drawing cards face down. Now I'm going to play my pocket kings. They are special kings. One's going to give us multiplier, one's going to give us more chips. Should be more than enough to cover us on the win there. Look at that. 52,000. Not bad. For a pair, that's pretty solid. That's very solid. And we still have 2 hands left to play. So that's super good, because if we need to get to 100,000, we probably can if we play another hand. Voucher. Playing cards can be purchased from the shop. I don't like this one. I think having the ability to pick up jokers in this spot rather than cards is more powerful in my mind. We have 2 additional jokers here. Let's take a look at them. Splash. Every played card counts in scoring. Or Square Joker. Square Joker gains chips, plus 4 chips, if the played hand has exactly 4 cards. Now, we're playing anything 3 and less, so both of these aren't really going to work for us. I'm going to go ahead and pick up an Arcana pack and hopefully make our Fortune Teller that much stronger. We have Judgment, a World card, and a Hangman card. We might as well just turn all these into spades. Why not? Not going to do anything bad. It's not going to do anything good. It's got a lot, and we add to Fortune Teller. Hopefully the boss isn't all spades are debuffed. That would be horrible. We're going to hit a reroll here, and we did end up getting Mercury again, so we're going to buy and use that one. Now our pair is at level 7. So rather than giving us 10 times 2, it's giving us 100 times 8. Do you see how these planet cards add up? Very powerful. Let's keep going forward. Let's keep going forward. All right. 35,000. We have Pocket Kings, but we also have Steel. So they're going to times our score by 1.5 if we don't play them. Now, we already are more than capable of covering the chip count that we need in order to win the blinds. So I'm not going to hold on to this. In fact, what I'm going to do is, because it has a purple seal, it creates a tarot card when discarded. We're going to discard it. Look at that. We got a Hierophant. So a Hierophant is going to make 2 cards have plus 30 chips in scoring. Let's use it. We're going to make these queens give us 40 chips, and we're going to increase the multiplier on our Fortune Teller. Very nice. Now let's play the pair. Very powerful pair. Wow. 57,000 in one hand. Getting stronger each and every hand. I love it. I love to see it. Take our interest. And we have a Judgment card. Creates a random joker. We don't have room for it, so we're going to skip it. But we will go ahead and open up a Celestial pack. Pick up our free Mercury. Mercury is guaranteed to always be in there because of the voucher we got. Let's do a reroll because we have some bonus money here. And we did not get another tarot card, so I am going to skip these 2. Misprint says gives you plus, and then it keeps bobbing around. So it's kind of funny because it is totally random, and it's whenever it comes into scoring is what it gives you. You know, it's a very good card early on, but later like this, we're guaranteed to get multipliers. I don't really think it's a good idea. And then this one is Superposition. Create a tarot card if the poker hand played contains an ace and a straight. I don't like this card either. I know it can be powerful, but here's the problem. How many straights are we playing that contain an ace? Well, if you look at the run info, literally none. So that card is worthless to me. I'm going to skip it. We're going to save our money and move on. Okay, we got some kings. Oh, and we got some jacks, and we also have this beautiful card again, where if we discard it, we get a free tarot card. We're going to do it. And look at that, we got a hermit, which just doubles your money, maximum of 20 bucks. So we're going to play that, gain multiplier, and 20 bucks. You guys can see just how powerful these tarot cards really are. Let's play the pair of jacks. Get all of our bonus multipliers and goodness. The Fortune Teller is almost at times 20, so we're almost at the ability to move our blueprint. We just came under on the scoring value there, so I'm going to play another pair. That's okay. You can't always win them in one hand. You know, we've been pretty fortunate that we've been powerful enough to get to this point. I'm starting to think if we kept the green joker, we could have made half joker weak by now, you know. Give and take, though. It really is. Maybe we wouldn't have made it this far. Oh my gosh. As I say it, it gives us another green joker. We can't do it because we haven't been playing into it. Let's keep rocking and rolling. Okay, so we have $66. We don't want the voucher, and we don't want either of these jokers. So what I have decided to do is re-roll and look for a tarot card. We did not get anything that we wanted. Even Steven is kind of neat. Played cards with an even rank give a +4 multiplier when scoring. Very good card early on, but we're a little late into the round here to go for something like that. And then Clever Joker +80 chips if the hand contains 2 pair. That's 4 cards played. We're looking for 3 or less, so that's not going to work for us either. Let's re-roll. Oh, 2 more jokers. This one is Ceremonial Dagger. When a blind is selected, destroy the joker to the right and permanently add double its sell value to the multiplier. That is a crazy card, but you destroy a card every single hand. It is a little too dangerous for my case. I don't love it. And then misprint again, we don't want it. I'm going to forego the reroll, and we're just going to open some standard packs here, looking for some special cards. Nothing special here. We'll just, I guess we'll take the ace. We're missing an ace anyway, so we'll take it. That's gonna give us, oh, look at that. We have 3 aces spades. That's crazy. And then we'll take another one here, looking for something a little bit more powerful. There's another ace, and that's an ace of diamonds in gold. Awesome. All right, we have 56 cards in our hand now, which means Blue Joker is gonna be even more powerful. Excuse me. Okay, so the next boss we have is called the Maniacal. Monacle? Something like that. -1 hand size, and we need to beat it in 70,000 points. So that's a little tricky because I'm pretty sure -1 hand size means, oh yeah, 8 cards in the hand instead. Not a big deal. I thought that might mean -1 hands, but we still have 3 hands to play. So hand or hands. Gotta keep an eye on the plurals. Let's play the kings because they've got +4 multipliers. That's going to be a strong pair for us. And we have a pair of aces on the deck. So that way we know we are guaranteed to at least play 2 pairs or this. Taking all of our multipliers, that puts us at 56,000. Let's play the aces, and we should more than have this covered. In the future here, when we do decide to modify our deck, I think what I want to do is, again, tarot cards and planet cards. We're just going to keep pushing that front. I think our jokers are perfect the way that they are. We don't really need to do anything more. We just need to buff the hand as a whole. You can see we got 106,000 right there for that fight because we are going crazy. $11, that's 58 bucks to us. We got a voucher right here. What's this one say? Not discovered. Planet cards in your consumable area give 1.5 times multiplier for the hands they're specified for. That's pretty crazy. So if we do this in the consumable area, we get some planet cards. That would be kind of special. Let's grab it. Let's see what happens. If we could get 2 Plutos up there, that would be phenomenal. I wonder if I can open this jumbo pack. Get a Mercury card. We have to use it, but that's okay. We'll take it. +1, +15. That's going to put pairs at level 9. And then let's open this Arcana pack and hope we get a Fool card, because that would create a planet card for us. We did not. We did get bonus cards. We got death cards as well. A Hanged Man. So Hanged Man destroys 2 cards. We don't want to do that. The Moon turns cards into clubs. We don't want to do that. Enhance. I'm kind of leaning towards the Hierophant, turning 2 cards to be +30. That seems pretty powerful. We also have a Death card, so we could get another 7. And then we have World card, which turns 3 cards into spades. I'm going to play the Hierophant on the 8s and just make them really powerful. Give them, so now they're worth 38. And you can see Fortune Teller is giving us 20. So I'm going to drag the blueprint over here because he's now going to be stronger than anything we could have played. Let's re-roll. We got each queen held in hand gives us +13 multiplier. No. And then we have Rocket. Earn $1 at the end of each round. Payout increases by $2 for each boss blind defeated. Again, very strong card early on. Not going to do it for us now. So let's go ahead and play the fight. Now you can see we're on the last ante here. And the boss blind is Violet Vessel. Very large blind. 300,000 points. I know we can't beat that. I know we can't. 300,000 is not within our wheelhouse. But luckily, if you go to Run Info and you go to Vouchers, we purchased Director's Cut. Reroll the boss blind 1 time per ante, $10 per roll. We're going to pay the $10 and see if we get something better. all cards are debuffed until one Joker is sold. We could make that work. I think we can make that work. Let's see about it. So here we go. We're going to play a pair. We don't necessarily have a pair. We have a pair of kings, but this is a steel card and a gold card. I don't want to use it. Let's discard some lower end cards and see if we get another Joker or face card or something else. We did not. Again, discards don't hurt us, so I'm going to take them where I can. Let's get rid of these. Let's look for a queen. We got a king. We can discard this king. And let's discard some lower cards. We got Temperance, which is awesome. And we got our pairs. So that's great. That's great. Let's use Temperance. It gives us a total of $19, the current sell value of our Jokers. Perfect. And that's going to be plus 21. And then let's hit these sevens and hope that we get money. Or, yeah, we don't really need a multiplier. And then this is going to give us multiplier, and this is going to give us $3. So this is going to be really strong for us. You can see how quickly these boss blinds that we go up against suck, right? I mean, like, it's going to be terrible that we have to sell one of our Jokers. I don't like that. I really don't. But we're going to figure it out. We'll make it happen. We can get 100,000 without one of our Jokers. I know it. Just not exactly sure which Joker is going to be the one we want to sell quite yet. If the first hand of the round is a single 6, destroy it and create a spectral card. No. And then walkie-talkie, each played 10 or 4, gives you plus 10 chips and 4 multiplier when scored. No, I don't think so. I would really love to get the Celestial pack rocking and rolling in our favor here and putting these Mercury cards up into the top of our corner. We're gonna pick up Mercury there. I'm gonna do a reroll. We get a star card. I'm gonna buy that because we can buff our fortune teller with it. And then I'm also gonna purchase a standard pack, see if we get any good cards. We got an ace with a gold seal, we got a king, and we got a 4 with a multiplier. I like the 4 with the multiplier. Let's do that one. We're gonna play the next fight. 75,000. Gonna come down to the wire here, folks. So we can convert 3 cards into diamonds. It doesn't matter which ones they are. We're just gonna use it on a couple of random ones. And then that's gonna buff our fortune teller. And then I'm also going to play the 7s and hope that we get some money or some multiplier. Either's good. Okay, we got multiplier. Wow, we got 75,000 in that one hand. That was very impressive. It's tricky, right? Because we're gonna have to sell one card for this next boss fight. And it sucks that we have to do that because nothing is gonna be good. But what we could try to do is buff ourselves up as much as possible before we go into the boss fight. Because the next fight, if we go to the blinds, you can see is the final boss. I'm going to spend all the money we have to try to make ourselves as strong as possible before that fight. You can see we got a Mercury card right here. I'm going to grab that, make our pairs even stronger, and we're going to do it again here because we got another Celestial pack. We're very fortunate that we did get the telescope so that we're able to constantly keep upgrading our pairs. They're very strong now. I'm also going to do a reroll here. We're going to look for tarot cards. Gonna look for tarot cards. Oh. Gonna look for a planet card. Oh. One more reroll. Oh, we didn't get anything, guys. That's okay. It's gonna be tricky. But what I think is we're gonna want to keep our... Oh, man, this is a tricky situation here. I gotta think about this. Okay, so what Joker do we want to get rid of, right? Chips, we really could do well with just one, right? The multipliers are huge because we have these polychromes. So I don't really want to get half Joker gone. He's only going to help us out. But the blue Joker gives us chips already. And I don't think we really need to worry too much about chips. But again, at the same time, I'm doing the math. And 20 times let's do this, right? 20, 44 times 1.5 is like 60 something, times 1.5 is like 90, right? We're getting close to 90 multiplier, whereas this is just plus 100 every single time we play a pair. It either is the sly joker or the half joker, and in this case I think I'm gonna do the sly joker. No, well, shoot, I don't know which one's the right one to do, guys. I'm struggling here. Let's get rid of the sly joker. No. I'm gonna get rid of the half joker, alright? This could be the total wrong thing to do, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And there we go. It has been done. There's nothing else we can do about it. We could look and seek for better pairs, but I think what I'm gonna do is play what we have and see what score we get. $50,000, we're okay. I'm realizing now that we have plus 100 chips because of the level that pairs are. We probably could have done without the sly joker, but either way, I think we're gonna make it. Either way, I think we're gonna get to 100K. And there we go, folks. Just like that, the first round we play, we come out with a W. I don't know what better way to do it, you know, like as far as advice goes, I think that's a great solid strategy for anybody looking to start playing Balatro and want to have success in it. Get yourself 1 chips joker, get yourself 3 multiplier jokers, and get yourself 3 plus multiplier jokers, and get yourself 1 or 2 times multiplier jokers. If you can accomplish 2 in 1, that's awesome. But this is the guide for getting into Balatro. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the future. We're doing a whole bunch of videos on the channel. I just wanted to do this one as a guide. Nana, Papa, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed the content, and hopefully you guys start playing Balatro. It's an awesome game, and everybody can agree that it tickles the mind a little bit in a great way, and I have a fun time playing it. I know you will too. Take it easy, folks. Peace.